Hi all, welcome to my Game Week 498 squads for Sorare. As you can see, for Challenger we have one player. Everyone obviously isn't back yet for EFL, Eredivisie, Turkish and MLS. Obviously MLS is in League Cups just now, so games are a bit disjointed for players. Some are midweek over weekend, but it is what it is. So we're just trying to get players in just now that are playing where we can, and also just relying on who we have and saying, right, let's get them in squads, get them in for at least for XP at least. So Challenger is the way it is. We're going to sort out contender squads in same problem, because obviously we're not really fussed, because there's a likelihood that we'll only maybe have one starter at a push in Baselli. Cadden isn't 100%, Levitt's likely off the bench, Yuan's injured still as far as we believe. So Contender, same problem. J1 does not come back till midweek next week, which will benefit us nicely because we have a lot of J1 players, so we can be in essence competitive in Contender but also be competitive in cap modes, so it swings and roundabouts nicely for someone like me. Under 23 we have our first full 5-man squad, and it is a team that has a chance of scoring well. Message 2, you've gone for captain because Salzburg are in Europe for Thursday night, so this is getting done Thursday night. They beat Kilmarnock, a scrappy 1-0 win. And Niel has been scoring pretty well last season, and I feel like he can do the same again this season. With a bit of luck, we've got Melkerson, Lewis Miller, Araki, Adams, Steshkal. We've got Dankovic as well, who is playing. It's just annoying that I actually can't field a second team. I thought I could in essence, but clearly I cannot. But it is what it is. But knowing that I've got 223 goalies and both reasonably priced, like Adam was like £6 and Dankovic was 4, and I'm not exactly going to complain. So knowing that I've actually got options for once at under 23 level in a goalie perspective on top of the rest of the team is encouraging. That's the way I like to look at it. So as I say, the next kind of target really with under 23s is building towards a rare team. Obviously those that have kept up, we have got options now. Like we've got the midfield, we've got the attackers, and obviously Miller's rare. So it'll be interesting to see who becomes the goalie for it, because I will be scouting about. I can make it happen if I wish, but I'm going to be smart about it at the same time. Will be a very competitive competition, I suspect, rare under 23s. All-Star Limited, obviously Busk, we don't know if he might finally start after the third game. This is the third game of the season in the Danish League. He may start, may not. This team isn't expected to do well, but I could be pleasantly surprised. Venter could suddenly go and get a hat-trick after the slack he's been getting in pre-season. Nishio could pop off, get 100. Raposo could go and get like a 70-80 point game. As I said, Nishio could be like 70-80 points as well, but I doubt it against the Spain squad. Maxwell might suddenly do decent for Colorado, and as I said, if Busk was to play and keep a clean sheet, you could be cooking, but as I said, who knows. Eyes down and all that kind of good stuff. Camp modes, 270, we don't have a starting squad yet, because obviously everyone's not back, so obviously just an XP squad. 240, we are relying on 270 threshold, which could very easily happen, and the thing is, Hibs can take advantage of this because St Mirren played tonight against Valur, so St Mirren will not be as fresh as maybe Hibs. St Mirren will have a bit of tiredness kicking in, so and if Busk was to play, then we have a real chance, because I would say if Hibs win, and as I say, Newell, Boyle can deliver, Campbell as well, and obviously Beta in general, then we get we could be laughing. 220 is just obviously just to ensure that the rest of the Hibs rares that we technically have, obviously Henderson's now obviously in Belgium. But if Busk, as I said, if Busk was to play, then we're kind of cooking. But that is what we're relying on. 270, we have a possible squad of 5. As I said, it's just down to Busk again. Same with like 220 is actually a bit of a vibe. Actually, could be quite a bit of fun if Busk. But as I said, it just shows you how many Busks we've bought. 2 rares, 2 limiteds. Was it 3 limiteds, whatever. But they're all cheap anyway, so I'm not really caring. Like, the limiteds are cheap, the rares is the cheapest going. He just needs to play one game and his value will go right up, so I'm not really overly complaining. As I said, Dakovic helps the cap nicely. Simon Murray, I think, might just deliver for Dundee against Dundee United in the Dundee Tayside derby. Van Leeuwenberg, I feel this is an ideal game for him to score well. Same for Newell, same for Mendes. 240, yes, I'm only going for the 270. The reason simply being because I'm obviously worried about Stebanek via Sejic. That is my biggest concern there. But, like, surely can do better than last game week, but we'll get to that in a minute. Obviously, training squads, just more XP squads. Making sure the limiteds and the rares are all getting games, and knowing that we've got 6 training squads now is a laugh. It'll be fun in games once we actually get into the full season again and every squad is playing. Obviously the special event we don't have a full squad of 5, and even then we only have 2 of the rares from Boric and Murray, who aren't really going to play. Rocky really shouldn't play, and then like we don't have 2 other players sadly to fill in the gaps, and even then we're not going to go and buy a third SPFL early access card just for being able to be in the competition, because like we're not, because like prize pool would literally have to be in the top 150, and that ain't going to happen. So if we'd actually had all the cards, then we could have, but it is what it is. But going back to everything else, obviously Div 4 now, we've got 5 arena tickets for winning Div 4. I was a bit like annoyed. Obviously for this game week, nobody was really playing, it was just squad players across the board. Burn didn't play, Maxwell plays like tonight. Godoy got 40 points as he's coming back into, I think, fitness in that. 240 is 103. It's not total disaster, but if everyone was to play, then we could still sneak a threshold. It's just great seeing 104 points for John Gallagher and 220. It's just, honestly, you just see yourself, wonderful. Van Leeuwenberg actually playing in the second leg was not expected, but I fielded him nonetheless just because of that reason. I couldn't put him in anything else anyway. But yeah, now I'm wishing Gallagher, because what did Gallagher himself actually score in that game? 81, so got an assist, so fair play. Obviously Boy's not going to play because he's injured, so 3-man 220 squad, 181 points needed. In before 181 points is actually achieved. That would be quite amusing. Training squads, obviously none of them are actually squads because they're just XP squads. But as I said, the last game week at the weekend there was tragic. Obviously all of these teams were just XP squads. Under 23s 189. We were unlucky really. Messi 2 scored really well, 77. Good all round, but Melkerson was just tragic, coming off the bench, did nothing, and it was quite painful to see. I said 110 was what was missing. That's where basically if Melkerson had actually done something and we had a starting goalkeeper, and the Japanese players of Nishio and Araki had done just a little bit more, could have been a bit closer. Obviously in terms of the caps, less said the better. Only because of like 240 could have done better, but it just didn't happen sadly. In its purest form, All Star, as I said, 112 there, but that was just because of 3 players and just going to be unexpected with everything, but yeah, it is what it is. It wasn't one of our better game weeks, but as I say, we're all eyes now on the weekend, and then we'll prioritise midweek pretty much like shortly, because we, as I said, we have a lot of squads that we can field across Contender. We can do under 23s, I think, on cap, because of, let's say, Japan, and we have a lot of Japanese players, so we'll be able to build our strongest in caps, because we want to try and get the threshold minimum at least, and then worry about boxes and all that good stuff after that. But let me know what squad you're running for this game week coming, folks. Have a good one, take it all, and I'll catch you all later.